Can you really save $100,000? Not someone with rich parents, not someone earning 300 grand in tech. You, on a normal salary with normal bills. Most people would quietly answer no. And the financial industry loves that answer because confused people buy products. So today, no products, no motivation, just the actual math. How long 100K really takes, why the first quarter of the journey is nearly all pain, and the exact point where the machine flips and starts pulling you instead of you pushing it. Warren Buffett's partner Charlie Munger said it straight. The first 100,000 is a real struggle, but you have to do it. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly why he was right and why it's easier than you think and harder than you think at the same time. Let's build the picture with real numbers. Say you can invest $500 a month at a 7% average return, roughly what a broad index fund has paid historically. How long to 100,000? The answer, about 11 and a half years. I know, that number hurts, but stay with me. Because inside that number hides the most important pattern in personal finance, and almost nobody ever looks at it. Break the journey into 4 quarters, 25,000 each, and watch what happens to the clock. Your first 25,000 takes about 3 years and 10 months. And here's the brutal part. Over 94% of that pile is your own deposits. The interest, pocket change. A few coffees a month. This is the stretch where everyone quits because you're doing all the lifting and compound interest looks like a lie. The second 25,000 arrives faster, about 3 years and 1 month. Now interest is quietly covering about 15% of the work. Still, mostly you. But something's moving in the engine room. The third 25,000, about 2 years and 8 months. The fourth, about 2 years and 4 months. By that last stretch, interest is paying for roughly $1 of every 4. The machine finally has its own muscles. And past 100K, the same 500 a month takes you to 200,000 in under 7 more years. Then the ladder accelerates. Your money starts earning 7, then 10, then 15,000 a year without you touching anything. The first 100 took 11 years. At that pace, the $500,000 mark arrives roughly a decade later. Same deposits, same you, different machine. This is why the first 100K feels impossible and is still non-negotiable. It's not a pile of money. It's the price of turning the engine on. Now, why does it feel so much harder than the math says? 3 reasons. First, invisibility. In year 1, your interest is maybe $400. Your phone shows you people your age leasing luxury cars. Delayed gratification is hard enough. Invisible gratification feels like being scammed. You have to trust arithmetic over your own eyes for about 4 years. Most people can't. Second, the emergencies. The car dies at year 2. The medical bill lands at year 3. The layoff hits at year 5. The math assumes a straight line. Life draws a scribble. That's not a flaw in the plan. That is the plan. It's why the journey needs a separate emergency fund standing guard, so the compounding pile never gets raided. The people who reach 100K aren't the ones without emergencies. They're the ones whose emergencies had their own budget. Third, nobody claps. You'll cross 50,000, a genuinely elite financial milestone, and you can't even mention it at dinner. Wealth building is the only sport where the crowd shows up after the game is won. So can you accelerate it? Yes, and the levers are ranked. Bump 500 to 750 a month, and 11 and a half years becomes about 8 and a half. Get there by banking every raise before your lifestyle tastes it. You never miss money you never met. Add windfalls, tax refunds, bonuses, side income, straight into the pile. A single extra $2,000 a year cuts roughly another year off. The return you can't control. The deposits you can. Chase the lever in your hands, not the one in the markets. And if 500 sounds impossible right now, the answer isn't to close this video. It's to start with the number that is possible. 200 a month still reaches 100K. It just takes the scenic route, and every raise along the way shortens it. A slower start beats a perfect start that never happens. The math doesn't care when you begin. It only punishes you for not beginning. Here's the picture to keep. Saving your first 100,000 is pushing a boulder up a hill for years, and everyone around you is asking why you don't just enjoy the view. Then you crest the top, and the boulder starts rolling downhill on its own. getting faster every year for the rest of your life. Munger wasn't giving advice. He was describing physics. The struggle is the toll. You pay it once. So, honest answer in the comments. What's your number right now, the monthly amount you could actually start with this week? Say it out loud. It makes it real. And if you want the follow-up on exactly where that money should sit, subscribe. That video's already in the works.